Hi, diamond in the rough. I am the law. I want to talk to you today about the concept of duality. Okay, now what do I mean by duality? I don't know if it is a psychological term or not. If you're majoring in psychology, I don't know if that is a psychological term or not. But I'm going to talk to you about the concept of duality. And what that concept means, in my opinion, is that a person can have two personalities. In other words, they are one person at their job by day, and they are another person outside of their job by night. That's what I mean when I say by night. I mean not necessarily and literally night, but just outside of their job. They are entirely different people. They are polar opposites of what you would expect them to be. But it is possible that people can be two people, that they can have two personalities, or maybe even three. Heaven forbid, four. Heaven forbid, okay? Um, Now, it is recorded in human history. In my hometown, there was a fireman who was a fireman by day and an arsonist by night. You can be a doctor or an actor by day and a serial killer like Jack the Ripper by night. In the modern day, you can be an Emmy-winning actor like Bill Cosby and a serial rapist by night or outside of his job. Some of the modern headlines: a surgeon by day, all that training, all that schooling, at least 10 years of schooling after the bachelor's degree. That's what my impression: 10 years of schooling, residency, etc. And a rapist by night. How about people being a nurse by day and a killer of patients by night? Clarence Thomas was a judge or a lawyer by day and a pornographer by night. Now, in my younger days, when I was in college, I knew a student who was a regular student by day, and he was a psychopath by night. A true psychopath. He was two different people. One he was a student, the other one he was a psychopath. Now, if he was a psychopath at 20 or 21, he was a psychopath from ages 13 to 19 or whatever. In other words, he's always been a psychopath. Okay, so if he was a psychopath at 20 or 21, then he was a psychopath at 12 or 13, up to 20 or 21. And he's still a psychopath now. 30 or 40 years is not going to make any difference. If he's a psychopath at 20, he's a psychopath 40 years later. Okay? And you know what? I would hope a lot of you women out there would stay away from these psychopathic men. Okay? I'm warning you, okay? But he truly was a psychopath. He was two people. He had a duality, a dual personality. Okay? Like I said, Clarence Thomas was a judge by day and a pornographer by night. Now, it is possible that Kanvanaugh, who's a judge by day or a lawyer by day, is an aggressive rapist otherwise by night. That is a possibility. It's obvious to me that he lied under oath, because the oath means nothing. It didn't mean anything to Clarence Thomas. He lied too. Being under oath means nothing to Kanvanaugh. Okay, for one thing, he claimed he was not in touch with Mark Judge for 10 plus years. Yet he knows intimate details about Mark Judge. He knows he was an alcoholic. He knows he had leukemia. He went through depression, and that he was near death. He knows that. How can you not know that if you're not in contact with that person? How could you know that? I mean, I knew a lot of people, a lot of my people, not friends, but acquaintances that I knew have died. I don't know to this day what they died of, because I'm not in touch with them. Okay? The fourth and the fifth victim has come out. Okay? A fourth and the fifth victim has come out. Now, Kanvanaugh brags that he is number one, etc. He's number one, etc. Let me hide that picture, y'all. He's number one, etc. In his class. He worked his butt off etc. But you know what? There's tens of thousands of students who did the same thing, who just as hard working as he was. It's not unusual to be a hard working student. It's not unusual to be a hard working student who got 4.2 average, 4.3, 4.4. But see, the Senate doesn't want to believe that a white male Republican with a G.I. Joe haircut is a serial rapist. They don't want to believe that. But it is possible. It is possible for him to have a duality. It is possible for him to be two people. And they need to understand that. Have a nice day.